Hi everyone, my name is Chantel and welcome back to another video. Today I have a special video for you as I'm doing a collaboration with Ara from Bentley House Minis. She makes incredible miniatures and I highly recommend you go check out her channel after this video. You can find the link to her video with the prompts and the household item I chose for her in the description box below. After both winning the competition on Jessa's channel, we started chatting and decided to do a collaboration. We gave each other a prompt and a household item to work with. Ara gave me the prompt medieval and the household item paper towel. Don't worry, I only use 5 sheets of paper towel and not the whole roll. Here you can see me gathering some of the main supplies I will be using in this video for this project. This project can easily be done with items you already have at home. The foam board and the popsicle sticks can be replaced with cardboard. The paper towel can be replaced with actual fabrics. After putting the 8x8 inch foam board walls and floor together, I start with the texture paste on the wall. This was so satisfying to do. I made the texture paste myself and I will leave the recipe in the description box below if you would like to give it a try. After covering one wall in the texture paste, I felt like it needed a window in the other wall. I measured out where I wanted the window to be and cut the main shape out of the foam board. From the shape I cut off 1-inch strips and placed them on an inwards angle on the outside of the frame. It was common for windows to have a window sill and be more narrow than the window frame itself. I attached a top and a base of the windowsill and then measured the opening where the window would go. I cut 2 arch windows out of a piece of cardboard and placed 2 wooden fan blades behind it. I then placed a piece of card with the 2 cut-out arch windows at the back to seal them in. You can replace the fan blades with mesh or even lace fabric. After covering the cardboard with texture paste, I painted the windows black with acrylic paint and attached it to the outside of the miniature. Once the window is securely attached to the frame, I fill in the gaps with some of the texture paste. And here I go over the windows with silver and copper acrylic paint to give it that metal, rusty old look. On to the flooring. You all know by now that I have a love-hate relationship with this method. I love the result, but it's so time-consuming. And yet again I am doing it for this miniature. I cut a whole bunch of random squares and rectangles from an egg carton. Then randomly placed them on the floor of the miniature. And this is what the unpainted floor looks like. Onto the painting now. At first I wanted to go lightly with the black paint, but then I just went all in and painted the whole floor black. I then went in with a mid-grey to add some highlights. This still didn't give me the effect I wanted it to have, so I added some brown chalk pastel, and now it's looking like something. In the end I'm actually quite happy with the entire room, but we need to do something with that wall. It's looking a little too plain. Let's paint some popsicle sticks with a watered down acrylic paint. I water it down because this way the wood grain still shows through. I measured out where I wanted the wood for the Tudor walls to be. I placed horizontal sticks at the base and the top as to frame the room, so to say, and 2 vertical sticks on each wall. Then about a third from the floor up, I placed another horizontal line of sticks, and to finish it off, some diagonal ones for some added embellishment. I added some watered down brown acrylic paint to add some aging to the walls next to the wood, just to give it that extra dimension, and I'm really happy with the result. Now you might still wonder, okay, we've seen the medieval aspect, what about the paper towel? We're getting there. Let's cut out some foam board and create a canopy bed. If you're wondering why my fingers are so red, I really don't know. I might have done some crafting with my little one, I really have no clue. Every miniature made by me so far did not come with any planning whatsoever. Sure, I have a basic idea in my head, but that's about how far it goes. I just start and see where it will end up basically. So every video I create is me experimenting with the materials I have and trying to create something out of nothing. This bed started off with 3 rectangles and some supports on the base. Then for the front support beams, I wanted to use these cocktail forks that I found in a dollar store. I broke them at certain parts and glued other parts of another one to it to make them the right length with super glue. I also used part of the forks for the front legs of the bed. I cut strips of a heavy card for the sides of the bed. I'm going to embellish them with paneling, and I wanted the mattress to sit in the bed rather than on top of the base. I'm doing the same thing with the top of the bed. Then I'm putting in the support beams for the front of the bed. Right now it looks very modern, but that will change, trust me. Now on to the painting of the bed. I applied 2 coats of dark brown acrylic paint for the main color and black for the shading. The paneling did look a bit funky with the different colors of card used, but that's because I am using leftovers and you won't see that when it's painted. The mattress I made with cut up sponges. I measured out the right height and width and cut out accordingly. To make the mattress one solid piece, I glued the sponges together so it was easier to work with. And there is the first piece of paper towel. I'm going to wrap the paper towel around the mattress. I'll fold 2 sides over, trim off the excess of the unfolded sides, and fold them in as well. And there is our mattress. A medieval canopy bed needs curtains. This is to keep the bugs and the drafts out. I cut some sheets in half, and because this is 4-ply paper towel, I peeled off 2 layers to make it more pliable. Per sheet, I brushed on a layer of green acrylic paint, using some water to water it down a little bit as I go. I then turned the sheet over and did the same thing on the other side. I continued this process until I had 6 green sheets. They end up a bit stiff because of the paint, but this is what you want as they keep their shape better. To soften the newly made fabric, I rolled it into a ball a couple of times. I gathered the curtain in the middle, trimmed off the excess at the top, and glued the curtains inside the top of the bed frame. I glued down the gathered piece so it's easier to tie down, and trimmed off the excess at the base of the curtain. And then onto the pillows. These were really easy to do. I cut up some sponges to the right size. Then I rolled the sponge in a piece of paper towel that I brushed with homemade fabric stiffener. I cut off the excess on the sides and let the pillows dry. I will leave the recipe for the fabric stiffener in the description box below. The bed needed sheets, so I used the same technique as I used for the curtains, just in a lighter green. I folded a piece of plain white paper towel over the top of the sheet and glued the whole thing down on the mattress. I put the mattress back on the bed and glued the pillows on top. And now just for a finishing touch for the bed, the curtains need to be tied back. I had some leftover light green paper towel from the sheet and cut that up into little strips. Then I twisted the strips to make them look like rope. To make the curtains a little less unruly, I glued them down to the bed so they stay in place. And that's it for the bed. To complete the room, I added some little books and scrolls made from paper. I also added a chamber pot that I created out of a foam bowl, some cardboard and paint. I wanted to avoid using polymer clay for this project, as that is not what everyone has at home, and perhaps you would like to create this room yourself. A large bead would work for this as well. I painted it black and dry brushed it with silver and copper and added a small handle of metal wire. And this is the final result. I am really happy with this room and I want to thank Aira again for doing this collaboration with me. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!